on the road to recovery in Castle Rock, Colorado. Live from Millville, New Jersey, I'm on the road to recovery. We're on the road to recovery in Morgantown, West Virginia at Mountaineer Field. And live in Scranton, Pennsylvania, I'm on the road to recovery. Here I am on the road to recovery from Berlin, Maryland. Hey, from Caseville, Michigan, I'm on the road to recovery. I'm on the road to recovery at Ann Arbor, University of Michigan. Visiting Maryland recently in Ocean City, I got a chance to meet a guy, Chris. You know, the day we filmed his story, he had lost a good friend that morning to addiction, and it was kind of therapeutic for him to tell his story of recovery, and it gave me even more hope to continue to share these stories with you. This is Chris's story.
Well, my name's Chris, and my addiction started at a very young age, and I had no idea that it had started. I just didn't know. It started when I was 14. I started abusing my medication, my Adderall medication. I didn't think it was a big deal to do a little bit extra. I used it for, you know, good reasons. I would take extra to help me with cross country. I was a runner. It would speed me up, and I'd be faster. So I did more, and then I got out of high school, went straight to North Carolina, started doing, I did PCP, and I thought I was just smoking weed. I had no idea, once again, that you know, it was laced, and you know, I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die on it, and then you know, 8 or 9 hours later, I finally came down from it, and I immediately wanted more, and I was doing a ton. It started becoming time for me to go to college, so I came back to Maryland. I started college, and I was doing good, getting good grades. Was hopefully going to be a professional runner, and then I decided that college was getting in the way of me getting high. So I dropped out. I had a full ride. Didn't have to pay for anything. So I started getting high every day. My girlfriend's mother died. I immediately got high. You know, it's like I did for everything. You know, getting high was just, it was all the time. All my money would go to it. Everything went to it. So I continued down that path with just weed. Eventually I started, my mom had gotten into a car accident and she had nerve damage, so she was getting Oxycontins. This was, I think, in 2011 when it really took off. I started stealing Oxycontins from her. She needed the Oxycontins for the pain. I took them from her, and I would use them or trade them for other drugs. And it was a living hell. I ended up being homeless. I didn't know where I was going to get food from, and eventually I decided I would eat out of trash cans. And I started doing that. And I thought that I could keep going. I thought it was okay. You know, I would justify, rationalize things like it's only 5-minute old food and it hasn't even been touched. And so I would eat out of trash cans. People would see me. I was homeless for like 8 years. And I would sleep outside, park benches. My family, nobody wanted to have anything to do with me. My parents couldn't stand to even look at me because I was getting high. They didn't want to see it. Nobody did. So eventually it got worse, you know, and I got to the point where I didn't know what to do. So I reached out for some help. And luckily I did, because there is actually a couple of people that actually cared about me, genuinely just cared about me sincerely, and wanted to help me. And you know, one of the things I had to do was I had to be honest. I had to tell, you know, everything I had to do, I have to be honest, and that's huge for me. And you know, I thought that not getting high, I would not have any fun. Like, it would be nothing to do, you know, it'd be no fun at all. And I was wrong once again. You know, I was very wrong about that. Now it's, you know, I listen to other people. I take, you know, suggestions, and that's not easy for me to do. The one thing I want to do with my life is to help another person not get high, not go down that road, and hopefully that right now, that's the most important thing to me, is to do that. You know, and if I do that, I can see my son, I can have a good relationship with my son and with God. You know, but there is a different road to take, and you don't know, you know, what that road is. If you're already getting high, you might not know what's down that road, but you know what's down the other road. And that's one thing, you know, I know what's going to come with the drugs, and I don't know what's going to happen if I stay clean, but if I get high, it's going to be bad. If you just stay on the course, stay the route, you know, and stay clean, you know, cleanliness is next to godliness. Can't believe how good life is without drugs. You know, I don't have to eat out of trash cans anymore. I mean, and it's not just that. It's like, it's a whole different way of thinking. You know, I'm honesty and all of these things. You know, and I got a lot of issues I got to work on. But you know, I don't do it alone. I don't got to go it alone. You know, and I don't want to. And like I said, that's the number one thing. If you don't tell somebody what you're going through, that's what's going to defeat you. And there's that. It's, you know, the odds are stacked against you. They really are, and it's going to be hard to stay clean. It's going to be very hard not to get high, but you can do it. And the rewards of staying clean are the sky's the limit. Yeah, if just one of you sees this and stays clean, you know, I'll be satisfied.
Chris, thank you so much for sharing your strength, your hope with other people. And you know, these stories of recovery are very important, not only to keep telling them so we stay in our path, but to inspire other people. On the Road to Recovery is a great opportunity, and I hope that you can share these stories with other people. From Ocean City, Maryland, I'm Michael De Leon, and we'll see you on the next episode of On the Road to Recovery.